again, and happy Girls Inc. week. Today I'm going to be talking to you guys about women in politics. My two favorite people in politics are Michelle Obama and Ruth Bader Ginsburg. I'm sure you've heard of both of them, but they both have really interesting pasts and have done so much for our country that I thought we could do a little bit more of going deep into their lives. And also I'm going to be reading from this book again. They have Ruth Bader Ginsburg and Michelle Obama pieces in here, and I think I've read my group, the Michelle Obama one, but I thought I would read it again and show some pictures of them so that if you want to learn more about them, you totally could. So let's get started with Michelle Obama. My favorite picture of Michelle Obama, it's from her book called Becoming. I think she looks gorgeous. And here is the little piece they have about her in this book. That's like a painting of her. And then it says, Michelle Obama, lawyer and first lady. Once upon a time, there was a girl who was always afraid. Her name was Michelle Robinson, and she lived in a one-bedroom apartment in Chicago with her family. Maybe I'm not smart enough. Maybe I'm not good enough, she worried. And her mother would say, if it can be done, you can do it. Anything is possible, said her dad. Michelle worked hard. Sometimes teachers told her she should not aim too high because her grades were not that good. Some people said she would never achieve something big because she was just a black girl from the south side of Chicago. But Michelle chose to listen to her parents. Anything is possible, she thought, so she graduated from Harvard and became a lawyer at a big firm. One day, her boss asked her to mentor a young lawyer. His name was Barack Hussein Obama. They fell in love and got married a few years later. One day, Barack told her he wanted to become president of the United States. At first, she thought he was crazy, but then she remembered, if it can be done, you can do it. So she quit her job and helped him on his campaign. Barack won the elections twice, and Michelle became the first African-American First Lady of the United States. No one is born smart. You can become smart through hard work, is her motto. She was born on January 17th, 1964, and her quote is, always stay true to yourself and never let what someone else says distract you from your goals. Michelle. So that is Michelle Obama. I'll put in a few more pictures about her in the next slide. So now we're going to be talking about Ruth Bader Ginsburg. I think she is so amazing for what she does, and I found this picture on the internet that I think is very well suited. She's 87, I think, and she's still working. She's still amazing at everything she's doing. She's still changing a lot of things for the better. She was the second female Supreme Court justice, and I just think it's incredible that she's still working and still at it at 87 years old. Here's her picture of for her story. So let's get started. Ruth Bader Ginsburg, Supreme Court Justice. Once upon a time, there was a girl who dreamed of becoming a lawyer. A lady lawyer? People would mock her. Don't be ridiculous. Lawyers and judges are always men. Ruth looked around and saw that they were right. But there's no such reason that shouldn't change, she thought to herself. She applied to Harvard Law School and became one of its brightest students. Her husband, Marty, was also a student at Harvard. Your wife should be at home baking cookies and looking after the baby, people would say. But Marty didn't listen. Ruth was a terrible cook. And besides, he loves taking care of their daughter and was always proud of his brilliant wife. Ruth was passionate about women's rights and argued 6 landmark cases on gender equality before the United States Supreme Court. Then she became the second female Supreme Court justice in the country's history. There are 9 justices on the Supreme Court. If I'm asked, when will there be enough women on the Supreme Court? I say, when there are 9. People are shocked, but there have been 9 men like forever, and nobody's ever raised their eyebrows about that. Even in her 80s, Ruth does 20 push-ups every day and has become a style icon thanks to the extravagant collars she wears in court with her judge's robes. She was born on March 15th, 1933, and I just learned something new about how she does 20 push-ups a day. That is crazy. So I really hope you guys liked learning about Ruth Bader Ginsburg and Michelle Obama. They're 2 of my favorites, and I think they have really changed our country for the better. And I know there are still so many amazing women out in politics who are still fighting for women's rights, still fighting for human rights, and making a world a better place for your generation and the generations to come. So guys, if you want to know more about women in politics, leave a comment and let us know you are here. I hope these stories inspire you to think about what you can do in your generation when it comes to how our country is acting and how our country works right now. You can be the ones to change it for the better, and you can be the ones to maybe have your name in a book like this. And I really hope you guys like these stories. I hope you guys liked learning about Girls Inc. Week. We continue to do these videos until we are back with you, which is hopefully really soon. We miss you guys so much, and we really hope to see you guys soon. Stay safe, stay indoors, and from everyone here, bye.